Good morning, everyone. Welcome from Schulich School of Engineering here at the University of Calgary. We are very pleased that you're able to join us this morning for this MEng paid internship webinar. My name is Srikant Nair. I'm a graduate program advisor in the MEng office here at the Schulich School of Engineering. This morning, I'm also joined by Dr. Jeffrey Priest, Associate Dean, Graduate Studies in MEng. We have Alana Wall, Senior Manager, Experiential and Work Integrated Learning. We have Vanessa McMahon, Employer Specialist, Engineering Career Center. We have Shannon Wong, Advisor, Career and Internship. We have Dana Miller, Supervisor, MEng Admissions. And we have Yashpreet Singh, Undergrad Internship Student. So once again, all of you, welcome to this webinar. And now we'll move on to the land acknowledgement. The University of Calgary, located in the heart of southern Alberta, both acknowledges and pays tribute to the traditional territories of the peoples of Treaty 7, which includes the Blackfoot Confederacy, comprised of the Siksika, the Piikani, and the Kainai First Nations, the Tsuut'ina First Nation, and the Stoney Nakoda, including Chiniki, Bearspaw, and Goodstoney First Nations. The city of Calgary is also home to the Métis Nation of Alberta, Districts 5 and 6. So the agenda for the webinar, we'll start off by hearing from Dr. Jeffrey Priest. Then I'd walk you through a bit of Calgary, our university, and the MEng program at large. Then followed by Vanessa talking to you about the MEng internship program. Then we'll have Yashpreet Singh, undergrad student, talking about their internship experiences. And then we'll also have Dana Miller talking to you regarding the MEng admissions. At the end, the floor will be open for a Q&A, and please use the chat feature to ask all the questions that you may have. With this, I'm turning it over to Dr. Priest.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. Sorry for the little beginning, but we hopefully will be in full flow now, and we'll be able to give you some great news and exciting news on this new internship program. As mentioned, my name's Jeffrey Priest. I'm the Associate Dean for Grad Studies in MEng. I'm in charge of the overall MEng experience and introduce the internship program. As you can tell from my accent, I'm from the UK, not from England, or not from Canada, but I've been here for 10 or 11 years, you know, and this is a wonderful city to come visit, and you'll hear some information about this city. And you get really good chance to go to the mountains and do skiing and hiking, and it's a really excellent university. And I hope that in this presentation, you'll get to see some of those exciting things, exciting bits of information about our internship program. So without further delay, I will hand it over to Srikant to commence.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Priest, and we are grateful to have you here today. So as I mentioned, we are located in the beautiful city of Calgary, which is just located a short drive away from the Rocky Mountains and the Banff National Park. So as per the most recent statistics, Calgary was voted as the 7th most livable city in the world by the Economist Intelligence Unit's Global Livability Index 2023. We have a population of about 1.4 million, and on an average, we have like close to 333 sunny days a year. That means by all probability, even on the coldest day of the year, we still be having, sun out there and it'll be bright. It's a very beautiful place that we are fortunate to call home, and a beautiful, vibrant city, great for your post-secondary studies. And now we'll talk more about our university. So the University of Calgary was founded in 1966, and there is a total of 5 campuses. Our MEng program is on the main campus, which occupies a beautiful setting within a view of the Rocky Mountains, covering a more than 200 hectares. And that would be an area larger than the Calgary's entire downtown, to be honest. And we also have a downtown campus, Foothills campus, which is a hospital where our medicine school is located. And it's the largest hospital in Alberta. And then we have a Spy Hill campus, and we also have a campus in Qatar. We have 14 faculties, over 250 programs, and we currently have more than 33,000 students, in which 26,000 plus would be undergrad students, and close to 6,000 plus students would be grad. And your university ranks among the world's top 200 universities. Now, we do have a short video to share. As you can see, we have a very vibrant campus here at the University of Calgary. And moving forward, now we'll move on to the overview of the MEng programs. So we offer this program in 7 different engineering disciplines, and this program will help you stand out in a competitive job market and will take your career to exciting new heights. The expected duration of this program is 2 years without internship, and it also entails completing 10 courses to meet your MEng degree requirements. The scheduled classes will be during the fall and the winter terms, with the spring summer being a scheduled break. And these are the range of MEng programs that you can choose from and the specializations we offer. We have biomedical engineering, we have chemical engineering with a chemical, petroleum, and energy and environment specialization. We have civil engineering with a project management specialization, electrical and computer engineering with a energy and environment specialization, and software. We have environmental engineering, we have geomatics engineering, we have mechanical engineering with specializations in energy and environment and pipeline engineering. Sorry. Moving on. Now we'll understand why MEng at UCalgary. The question why MEng at UCalgary can be answered through the Schulich Engineering Edge. So Schulich Engineering Edge comprises of path to Schulich, education, work, co-curricular experiences, and mental health and resiliency. So I'll take this opportunity to talk to you more about the experiences that you'll have outside the 4 walls of the classroom. So first and foremost, I would like to highlight our engineering expertise in our makerspace. May it be a additive manufacturing equipment, like, for example, a high-end 3D printer, or a subtractive manufacturing equipment like a CNC milling machine, or say, for example, a water jet used for cutting. We got you covered in the makerspace. Then we have Zeta. Zeta is our digital design lab, where we have equipments related to virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality. Also at Schulich, we have a significant focus on the wellness, mental health, and resiliency of our students. Once you're here, you will find a wide range of games and activities, from ping pong tables to shuffleboard to pinball machines to exercise bike desk, yoga, and meditation sessions. The newest addition to this list are the office and the energy pods. So office pods are soundproof cabins. You can find it throughout the engineering building, where you can book a slot to take your Zoom calls or do online interviews. And then we have energy pods. Energy pods are really cool. They are nap pods where you can book a time slot and take a power nap during the daytime. And as you can probably imagine, nap pods are, or the energy pods are high in demand for the booking slots. Now, with this, I'll turn it over to Vanessa to talk to you more about the much anticipated MEng internship program. Now, over to you, Vanessa.
Thank you, Srikanth. Good morning, everyone. So I'll just provide an overview here of the MEng internship program itself. If you could advance the slide, please, Srikanth.
Yep.
So what is the Engineering Career Center MEng internship? So it's going to be a dedicated MEng program. Our initial acceptance of 150 MEng students starting September 2024, so this coming fall. It's modeled under our successful undergraduate internship program. There will be some mandatory career preparation workshops that you will complete. And students have the ability to do their internship for a minimum of 8 months up to 16 months consecutively. There will be some integrated academic courses. There will be 1 per 4-month term. So if a student was doing, say, an 8-month internship, they would do 2 courses, 3 for 12 and 4 for 16. And then also, we also have work integrated learning outcomes, we call WILLOWs, which are basically a performance assessment, and you would complete one of those with your supervisor per 4-month term. Please advance. So the career elevation workshops, these are workshops you would complete to ensure that you are work ready. They are open to all of our MEng students, and some examples of some of the courses that you would be completing include, leveraging your professional strengths, strategic networking, your job materials, a resume, cover letter, support, conflict resolution, interview prep and practice, negotiations, and then also understanding workplace culture and professionalism. Please advance. So why choose an MEng internship? Well, an internship will give you the ability to test drive your career and see whether a particular employer is that employer for you, to ensure whether you have a fit. If it's a fit for you, you can see whether their values align with yours, or their growth opportunities, those sort of things. You get to try an employer out without really very low risk in doing so. Apply your academic learning in a professional work environment. Gives you the ability to develop your professional network of industry contacts. The networking, the professionals you're going to meet could be lifelong, mentors down the road, people you can call back on. So really a good opportunity to meet engineering professionals. Reflect on your career options. Again, when you're on an internship, it's a good opportunity for you to see whether that particular job that you're in is a fit for you or not. I always say that, even if on the internship you recognize that, oh, okay, you know what, I thought I wanted to do this and it's not what I want to do, that's a plus too, right? That's an opportunity again to sort of go, okay, well, I've tried this. I know this isn't what I want to do, but this other area now actually really appeals. So it's enlightened you in other areas of interest. Students are awarded with an internship designation on their parchment and transcripts at the end of their, once they graduate and completed the 3 requirements, which is the work experience, the willows, and the academic component. You will be awarded with a designation on your parchment. And it'll also prepare you for a professional engineering career in Canada. So I'll hand over the floor to Yashpreet Singh, who will share a bit about their internship experience.
Thanks, Vanessa. Can everyone hear me all right? Yeah, okay. So hi, everyone. My name is Yashpreet, as mentioned. I'm an undergraduate student at the University of Calgary, majoring in electrical engineering with a minor in computer engineering. Today, I'm excited to add on to the internship segment, just give a personal take as well. So I was fortunate enough to secure an internship at Suncor Energy, which is a major integrated energy company across North America, where I served as the electrical engineering intern for a 12-month work term. So that was January 2023 to January 2024 of last year. During this time, I had the opportunity to work closely with the in-situ and exploration production team, focusing on mostly optimizing our surface and subsurface projects. So that would be through modeling, analysis, the works. So I think personally for me, my internship experience has been truly impactful and meaningful. Not only did I acquire valuable skills and knowledge within the energy industry, I also had the chance to visit sites. So over my work term, I had the opportunity to visit Fort McMurray, just 800 kilometers up north of Calgary, where I had to learn directly from industry professionals, which is vital, I think. One of the most rewarding aspects as well was being able to visualize the impacts that you make to various projects. So even being an intern, you have the ability to work on high value projects within the company. And for me, I had the chance to work on 2 major projects, which I could see my contributions making that impact on the general team and the company as well. So that was really cool. Overall, I think this internship has been invaluable in bridging the gap between what you learn in academics and the real world industry. I think it really provided me with a practical experience that helped me also gain clarity on my career path. So I really wanted to get into the energy industry before that, and the internship is the perfect way to kind of see and test waters or put your foot into the industry as well. But yeah, I think some key learnings would be, I really learned to explore my boundaries, transition into the industry. I think if I were to go back into the energy industry particularly, I would go and step in with confidence as well. It's also allowed me to apply my technical knowledge of what I've learned in school. So my computer engineering minor really played a important role in kind of bridging that gap on what I did in internship and put a practical aspect to it. But yeah, I think in conclusion, I could ramble on and on, but I think I highly recommend the internship program, especially at the university. I think it offers invaluable opportunities for both personal and professional growth. I think the resources available both within the ECC and generally will surely set you for success. And I think it will help you put your foot in the industry and kind of get you to learn more about what you want to do in the future as well. But yeah, hopefully that personal experience kind of adds on to what we're talking about today. Thanks.
Thank you, Ashpreet. Okay, so to participate in the internship, there are three key criteria that you must meet. You must be in good academic standing and have a GPA greater than 3. There's an expectation that you will complete 15 credits by April 2025. And then you do need to have a minimum of 6 units or to 15 units of coursework left to come back to post-graduation. You are not able to graduate directly after an internship. You must come back for at least 1 full-time semester. Please advance. So some timelines for you. So the applications are currently open, and the application deadline is March 1st, 2024. You would then be coming in and starting your academic courses in the fall, in September. At that time, you would also sign up in Elevate and be granted access to the job board. Then throughout your fall and winter semester, you would be applying to postings, interviewing, etc. And at that same time, also completing your career elevation workshops. And then upon completion of your winter semester, you would be able to head out for your placement. And those placements can take place starting from May 1st, 2025, right through to August 26th if you were choosing to do a 16-month internship. Next slide. So what's the cost to join the internship program? So students are required to pay the internship course tuition. And as I mentioned previously, you would be taking a minimum of 2 of those courses because the 8 months is the minimum you can do on internship. And then if you were to, and the first 2 courses will have course content in them. So there will be a tuition fee and administrative fees attached to it. If you chose to do a 12 or 16-month internship, the 2 additional courses or the 1 or 2 additional courses you would be taking would not have a tuition fee associated with them. They would be set specifically to maintain your full-time student status, but you would still be assessed the general administrative fees for those two courses. Okay, please advance. So where can you go for support? So throughout your job search process, we are available. The Engineering Career Center is available, as is the Engineering Student Center for supports throughout. So there is academic and career advising, exploration support, wellness room and programming, the Career Elevation Workshop Program, which I've mentioned is mandatory for the internship. There will be career fairs. We do a fall and a winter career fair, employer events throughout the school year. And then while you're on internship, you will have an employer specialist that would be checking in with you and also providing support to you while you're on internship. The employer specialist, once you're assigned to their caseload, are your employer specialist for the full duration of the internship. So you don't have to wait for the check-ins necessarily to reach out if you need support. You would be provided with that information right at the start, and we are available to support you throughout. So I think from here, I'll pass the floor over to Dana Miller, who will now speak with you around the admissions process.
Thank you, Vanessa. Can you hear me okay? Yes. Okay, great. All right. So hi, everyone. My name is Dana Miller, and I am the supervisor for the Master of Engineering admissions team. I'm going to share a little bit about the applications and the selection process for the internships. All right, you can go to the next slide. Okay, so applications are now open, and the deadline to submit an application along with all supporting documents is March 1st. We aim to revert decisions as quickly as we can, but because we receive so many applications, it's not unusual to wait a few weeks for a decision. For everyone, international or domestic, we do recommend that you apply early so that your application can be reviewed with enough time to make any preparations that you need to make. During the application, there was a program question asking whether you were interested in an internship program option, if one were to be available, with the option to select yes or no. So we've noted all of the responses to this question. So what will happen next is we will continue to evaluate applications and send offers for the regular MEng program. And then in April, we will review those who have accepted and paid their deposit for the regular MEng program and send out offers for the internship program from that group of students. So at this time, whether you've already been admitted or whether you're still waiting to receive a decision, you can still expect to wait a couple of months to hear back about the internship piece specifically. We want to make sure that students have enough time to apply for their study permits because the courses start in fall, but the application for the work permit can always come later. All right, next slide. All right, so this slide is just a bit of a recap for what is required for the application. So if you've already applied, as we go through these items, just note if you've missed anything and plan to submit it as soon as possible. For those who haven't applied yet, the list of documents required for your application is pretty short. The most important documents we need are copies of all of your unofficial transcripts and degree certificates from all the institutions attended. The second thing we'll need is your GPA calculation worksheet. As part of the application, you'll answer a question that has a link to the worksheet and the instructions for filling it out. And then you'll be asked to complete the worksheet using the last 2 years of your degree program to determine your GPA. And then after you submit your application, you will then be able to upload this worksheet as one of your supporting documents. And then the other 2 items on this list are depending on your individual status. So if you've attended an institution for a previous degree program that is located in Canada, the United States, the United Kingdom, or Australia, you are exempt from needing an English language proficiency test. Also, if you've attended an institution for a previous degree program that is listed on the WHED website with English as the only language of instruction, then you're also exempt from needing an ELP test. And for all other applicants, we do require an ELP test. The tests that are acceptable are TOEFL, IELTS, Duolingo, and PTE. Those are the big ones. There are a few more tests that we accept. So if you want information about that or you need help finding the minimal acceptable scores for each test, you can contact us and we can clarify that for you. And then if you are a permanent resident of Canada, we do require a scan of your PR card, both the front and the back, and that can be emailed to meng@ucalgary.ca, and we will add that to your application for you. So all of these items are going to show up on your to-do list in your student center. So after you submit an application, you're given login information for a student center and a UCID, your student ID number, and then you'll be able to log into your student center and keep track of your application. We'll only review your application once all of these items have been submitted. And if we have any other questions or clarifications, we will always reach out to you for more information. Official transcripts and references are not required as part of the application, but if you are offered admission, then we would need your official transcripts after you receive your letter. All right, that's it for me, and I
Yeah.
believe we're going to transition back into some Q&A, but I will pass it back to Srikant to confirm.
Yes, thanks, Dana. And thanks, Vanessa, for the insights on the internship piece. And thanks, Dana, once again for the insights on the admissions piece. Now, the floor is open for the question. So whatever questions that you may have, you can use the chat feature in the webinar setup, and we'll be able to answer the questions that you may have.
All right, there's a question here about the tuition and fees document for fall 2024. We have received all of them and sent them out already, so please check your email. With the exception of civil engineering, we are still waiting for that one. So if you are in the civil, if you've been admitted to the civil engineering MEng, then we expect to get that one by the end of the week. So all of the programs should already have it, so check your email. And for the admission intakes available for this program, there is one, it's fall. So fall 2024 is the intake that's currently open right now for applications. And then the next intake would be fall 2025. They're all for me. Another question here, someone placed on the wait list for the MEng and environmental. Yeah, you should have received an email after you were placed on the wait list letting you know that you could be on the wait list up until April. And so that hasn't changed at this point. So I know it's difficult to wait for a decision for sure. And we will give you a decision as soon as we can. And we appreciate your patience. There's another question about when to apply and how for fall. So if you're looking to apply for fall 2024, the applications are open right now until March 1st. So if you're looking to apply, it should be pretty quick here. There is a whole guide on the application process. So if you just go to the main University of Calgary webpage and in the search bar, enter apply for graduate studies, there's a whole webpage devoted to the application process, including a step-by-step guide. So you should find that pretty helpful. And if you have any questions about the required documents or anything that you might need for your application, you can send an email to meng@ucalgary.ca.
There's another question. Oh, sorry. Yes, Jeff, continue, please.
No, I was going to say there's a number of questions related to fees, and as highlighted, just to clarify, this MEng program with the internship program is additional to the program. So any time you do on the internship in terms of time will be added to the length of your program. The only fees associated with the internship are the two courses that you would need to take. And those fees, and along with the general fees that are highlighted, that may be paid, are highlighted on the university calendar. So please go to the university calendar and look for those fees. So the MEng program has this as a set course fees, and the general fees depend on your length of time. And then after that, the internship is an additional time, and there's two fees courses attached to that. But you will be paid during your internship. The internship is a paid position. And so lots of you are asking questions around that. Should have got your answer.
All right, I can probably answer the next question. Please tell for a person doing specialization in pipeline engineering. So similar to any other MEng program with any other specialization, pipeline engineering also is eligible. Those students are eligible to do an internship. But then again, if you take an internship, then you'll be having like a 8-month, 12-month, 16-month, whatever that would be. Depending on that, your program would be extended.
All right, there's a question here. Where can you apply for the internship program? So right now you're just submitting an application for the normal MEng program. And then in the application, there is a question box that says, at that time, there was no internship program confirmed. So it says, if there were to be an internship program, would you be interested? And then you can select yes or no. And so if you select yes, then we know that you're interested in the internship program. So that's the way that you would indicate interest for it at this time.
I think, Dana, most of the questions are for you.
Looks like it. Yeah, someone is saying here they sent an application and they haven't heard back yet if their application for a MEng is accepted. As I mentioned, for any questions kind of like this, we do receive a large volume of applications, so processing does take some time. So it's like a couple thousand applications, so we're going through them as quickly as we can, and it just might take, depending on some various factors. It could be a couple weeks, it could be a month, it could be longer. So just know that we are processing them as quickly as we can.
There's a question with regard to the increase in the work permit or increasing the work permit. With regard to the MEng with internship program, when you're admitted to the internship program, you will be given a letter which will allow you to apply for a student work permit, as it were, so that you can work during your internship. With regard to your postgraduate work permit, because this is extending the program for 2 to 3 years, and the maximum postgraduate work permit is 3 years, you won't get an additional value of the work permit. It will still be the 3 years, which is generally given out to international students at this time.
There is another question I can answer probably, but that's an admissions question, but just to give you, Dana, a breather, so I can probably answer this. Does that mean I wasn't accepted to the Calgary if I have not received an offer at the moment? I applied in September 2023. So once you apply for the program, we would evaluate your application, we would give you an offer of admission. So the moment you get the offer of admission, you have been admitted for the program as long as you accept the offer and pay the admission deposit. So if you have not received an admission letter from our side, that means your application is still under evaluation. And we have another question here. Can I specialize in transportation engineering in MEng? So at the moment for the MEng program, we do not offer the transportation engineering specialization, but under the civil engineering discipline, you can probably specialize in project management. That's a specialization available under civil engineering at this point in time.
All right, there's someone here saying that they have lots of work experience in road construction and some information about their personal profile, and asking if they can be considered for the civil MEng program. That will be up to the person who reviews your application. So it looks like if you have a Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, an undergraduate degree in civil engineering is acceptable for the Master of Engineering in Civil Engineering, but we can't do any reviewing aside from that. So we don't, unfortunately, pre-review any applications or information to tell you whether you have a chance at admission or not. So an application would be required. Then someone's asking if in April the internship files will be reviewed. So does that mean we can expect a decision in March? Yes, we're aiming to get all of our decisions out by the end of March.
There's one question there where people said if they didn't choose the internship during the application, is there ability to retrospectively ask to be on the internship, and whether you could speak to that, Dana?
Absolutely. So yes, if you indicated no on your application for that question, and now hearing the details, you've changed your mind, that's wonderful. So just send us an email at meng@ucalgary.ca, and we will change the answer that we have on record for you. And just mention your UCID when you send us an email so we can look up your file.
There's another question, and again, I think for clarity, the MEng internship is only available to programs that are longer, that are 2 years in length at this moment in time. So the software engineering will not be covered under the internship umbrella. However, because of that year's program, there are opportunities to do internship with the Faculty of Graduate Studies. And so, although it's not, we won't be enrolling software students in this internship program. If you are considering the software engineering 1-year program, there are opportunities to do an internship with the Faculty of Graduate Studies. And that is identified as TTI on their website.
All right, someone's mentioning that they sent their ELP results a few months ago, but it's still on the to-do list. Please send us an email if that is the case. We can look into that for you.
And again, there's a question with regard for the link for applying. If you want to apply for the internship unit and you haven't applied for the MEng program, then when you apply for the MEng program, there is a tick box to tick that you're interested in an internship. If you've applied for the program and didn't say you wanted to do an internship, you can send an email to the MEng@UKCA highlighting that you want to be now considered for the internship, and then that will be updated on your file. And then in the next coming month and a half, 2 months, we will be evaluating our applications and then selecting the people for the internship based on the GPAs. And that's why in this first year we're introducing it. We need to, because people have already applied, we need to evaluate everybody before we make those decisions.
We have another question here. I already got accepted by the MEng in Civil Engineering with the project management specialization, accepted the admission offer and paid with the deposit. In my application, I put that I'm indeed interested in the MEng internship, and do they have to do anything else? So if you have selected the internship option, if you're interested in that, if you've applied and been admitted, then you're all set.
Yep. So basically, if you have ticked that box, we will next contact you if you're successful. And that will be done. We will start doing that process towards the end of March and beginning of April.
That's right. So when will the fee structure be shared for civil engineering students? We expect to have that likely by the end of the week, but let's say the end of next week, just to give them a little more time to put them together if it's taking some time. So yeah, we'll say the end of next week for sure. If you're unsure if you selected yes during your application, yes, you should be able to log into your Student Center, and there should be a summary of your application on that page. And you can kind of look and see what your answers were to your program questions. And if you are having trouble finding that or you're still not sure, you can send us an email.
There's a couple of questions with regard to internship count as postgraduate work. The internship, it counts as work experience for sure if you're applying for professional accreditation after you graduate. You can use that work experience. It doesn't count as part of your postgraduate work permit time. The postgraduate work permit time is issued after you've completed the course. So this is about getting work experience that you could use for recognition in professional practice, but it won't count towards your postgraduate work permit. So you will still get whatever is offered as part of the postgraduate work permit at the end. And as regard to fees, as we've highlighted, the fees are highlighted on the university calendar. So if you go to the graduate university calendar and look at fees, you can see what fees are allocated for each internship course.
We have another question here. Is there a way to get into this program if you do not select yes for the internship option during the application process? So for that, you have to email us specifically that you have not chosen to be opted in for the internship, but then now you have changed your mind and you're interested in the program now with your UC ID so that we can modify the answer on your file and then you'll be good to go.
I see there were a few questions around whether the university assists with finding the placement. So what will happen is we have a number of industry partners that have been working with the university for a number of years. And when you gain access to the job board, the companies will actually post positions there. It's going to be the student's responsibility to apply, interview, and then of course, once placed, then notify the Engineering Career Center of the placement. We also encourage students to do their own job searching as well, or job hunting as well. Because like, for example, if there's a company of interest and they have not posted, like certainly you can reach out to them, check Indeed, check LinkedIn, all of those as well. But generally all of the front end job search is the student's responsibility. And then there was another question around whether the internship extends your program and those sort of things. And yes, of course, it does. So what will happen is that you're going to start your program, do your fall and winter semester, then your internship will fall in the middle of that. So then you have that ability to basically go out from the spring of 25 right through to spring, I guess, end of summer of 26. And then you would come back fall of 26 and complete your fall semester and then winter semester. So hopefully that answers that.
Oh, we have another question here. What about MEng students admitted in January 24? Can they apply for the internship? So for the MEng program, classically, we do not have a winter intake. We only have the fall intake. The students starting in January 24 might be the students have been deferred from the fall 23, and they are not eligible for this program. This program is going live by fall 24 onwards. So you have to be an applicant for the fall 24 program, MEng program, to be eligible for this internship option. For the other students currently in the program, you can explore the options of TTI with the Faculty of Graduate Studies. Still, you will be able to do an internship, but then not as a internship MEng program specifically. We have another question here. Can you tell us about the fee structure for the geomatics engineering? This information will be updated in the graduate calendar. I would like you to refer to the graduate calendar to get the most updated information. And for the international students, once the fees has been finalized, you will be getting a tuition insert via email. We will be emailing out to all the international students, and you can probably refer that, and then you can use that document for the visa application processes. And
Right,
there is
just to add to that, sorry,
no
if you are an
problem.
admitted student, we would have already sent the tuition insert for geomatics engineering already. So if you've already been admitted to the program and you check your email, maybe check your spam filters and your junk folders and things like that too. And if you still can't find the geomatics tuition insert, then send us an email.
Thanks, Dana, for the update. And we have another question here. Are there any scholarships you can recommend since the school do not offer one for this program? So for the MEng program, that is a self-funded program, but you can still search the awards database to see if there are any awards that suits your specific situation. And if you find one you're eligible for, you can definitely apply.
Right, there's a question asking if someone with a dentistry background is welcome to apply to the biomedical engineering program. Like I mentioned before, we can't unfortunately do any pre-assessments of your profile to determine whether you'd be a good fit for a program. You have to submit an application and then your application will be reviewed. And when you're going to get admission, if you are not on the wait list, I just kind of generally, you can expect to receive a decision by the end of March. That's when we're aiming to get all of our decisions out.
We have another question here. Am I automatically admitted to the internship program since I am already admitted to the mechanical program? So if you're, I'm assuming you're a fall 24 starting student. If that is the case, while you apply, you should have selected the internship option while you applied for the program. If not, and if you're still interested in this internship program, you have to email meng@ucalgary.ca, noting your interest with your UC ID so that we could modify your answer on the file. And this is applicable only if you're starting from fall 24.
A couple of questions, again, just to reiterate, this internship program will be available for any program that is more than 1 year in length. So all of our programs, except for the software, are available and open for the internship program. And the numbers will be dependent on that type of program for the 150. In terms of fees, the fees for the internship is, as stated before, is just 2 courses that you have to pay during your internship period. The internship is full-time and must be a minimum of 8 months and a maximum of 16 months. That is in addition to your 2-year program. And so for people who do the full 16-month internship, that will make your program 3 years long. And and in just slightly less than 3 years if you do the 8-month internship.
All right, and just to clarify, I'm looking at the calendar right now. So the fee for the internship course this year was $461-ish for domestic students and $1,187 for international students. Now that's this current academic year. So the new calendar for the new academic year hasn't been released yet, and it'll be released mid-March. But that kind of just gives you an idea of what to expect. So it's not the full cost of a regular MEng course. The cost is separate.
Yes, and it's going to be slightly more than that stated, because on the calendar, so the internship course is a 6-unit course. The fee on the calendar is for 3 units. So the internship fee is going to be around 2,200 per course. But as we said, you will be employed full-time, earning a full-time working wage for a graduate student. And so there will be, opportunity to earn sufficiently more than you might get if you're just working in the local service industry.
I was going through the chat, and it seems there are a lot of questions around how, where, when I can apply for the internship. So for all those questions, I'll just reiterate the answer once again. So if you have applied for the Fall 24 program, you should have selected the internship option where you applied. And then we will evaluate your application. We would let you know your admissibility. Once you're admitted, you would normally proceed. If you have not selected the internship option while you applied, and if you're still interested now in terms of the internship program, then you have to email us specifically that you have not selected this option while applied, but you're admitted and now you're interested in this program with your UC ID, so that we can make these modifications on your file. So this would be the answer for all the similar questions around. I'm just taking out those questions from this list. And whatever communication that you have with the meng@ucalgary.ca, please ensure to have your UC ID, because that's the only way we could easily pull your file.
There's a question around, just to clarify, around work permits and student study work permits. The student work permit or the study permit only allows you to work a maximum of 20 hours during the term time. That's a immigration directive. That was relaxed last year so that you could work full-time, although the plan is that this will be gone by April of this year. So to work full-time on the internship, you have to have a separate work permit, and only those who are admitted to the internship program will get the letter to enable you to apply for that work permit to work full-time.
All right, there's a question about whether industrial engineering is applicable for the MEng and mechanical engineering. So for any questions like this, unfortunately, we can't do any pre-assessments, as I mentioned already. I can say, though, that each person is reviewed on a case-by-case basis. So they'll look at your courses taken, how applicable they are for our MEng mechanical program, and that kind of goes for anybody who is wondering if their background is a good fit for the program they're applying for. And then what percentage of waitlisted applicants get acceptance after April? I mean, we're not planning to send any admission offers after April at this time. We want to get them all out by March, and we don't have any information about that, unfortunately.
And meanwhile, I'm just being mindful of the time. It is 8:26, so we'll have probably like another 3 to 4 minutes to answer the questions. And if you're unable to answer any question that is in the chat, please feel free to email that question to us and to the meng@ucalgary.ca, and we would be able to answer all your questions. And we have one question here coming in. I have a specialization in energy and environment in mechanical. Then can I also apply for another field, such as aerospace or pipeline? So if you're applying for a program with a specialization, that would be one application. If you'd like to initiate an application for different specialization, and if you'd like us to evaluate all of that, then you have to apply separately for each and every specialization. So the best way to go about this is that you identify and understand what is your interested field and submit the application of your choice as a first application. And we have another question: what are the specializations available for civil engineering? At this point in time, project management is the only specialization available in civil engineering domain. And we have another question. What about Masters Petroleum Engineering? Are there any perks for that? So there is no perks as such. You as a normal student, you take the sequence of courses, you graduate.
All right, there's a question about the internship course fees. Will they be attached to the fee document for the study permit? Yes, they will. So if you're accepted into the internship program, then you'll get a separate tuition insert that has the internship tuition fees on it.
We have another question here. Internship could be for 6, 12, or 18 months. Is this going to be within the duration of the program or after the completion? So you have to do the internship within the duration of the program, and you have to return to the campus to at least be as a full-time student, at least for 1 term, so that you'll be able to successfully graduate. So you cannot do this internship once you meet your degree requirements.
Again, around fees, the fees for the internship are only for the internship courses, and so they will be levied when you take those courses. And so you will not need to pay those fees until you start the internship and you start doing the online courses associated with the internship program.
We have another question. Are industrial engineering undergrad degree holders eligible to apply MEng mechanical program? This is a very specific question which we might not be able to answer now because it depends on the application file. So you might want to submit an application, because we are not in a position to do any kind of a pre-evaluation for any applicants. So once you apply for the program, we would evaluate, we would let you know the admissibility decision.
Another question with regard to credits around the internship course. The internship courses are not for credit. They are professional development courses to aid you during your internship. They will be registered on your transcript, but they will not be they will not count towards your GPA. I hope, I think we're coming up to the end of this webinar. I think we've tried to answer as many questions as possible. If you have further questions, please, you can write to meng@ucalgary.ca. That is the email address. We will respond to email questions. Obviously, we can't respond to them immediately. But any email we receive with a question related to the internship program, the MEng program, the fees, the work permits, will all be answered if you apply to that, you email that or send that question to that email address. I'd like to thank you for your time. Hopefully, we've provided information that will enable you to make a decision about applying to our MEng program and choosing the internship program. As we said, we will be emailing or sending letters to students in the next month or two with regard to that internship program. So please look out for your inbox for that letter. Are there any final comments from?
I think no. I think we are coming to a close of the session. Thank you so much, panelists, and thank you so much for the attendance for the session. And as Jeff has already mentioned, whatever questions you have, please feel free to email us, and we look forward to seeing you, all of you here, come fall 2024. Thank you so much.